it's time for us to move on to the next segment, which is called Rapid Bias. For this segment, I'll be asking my guests biased questions that they've got asked at some point in life. And for Mizuki's case, some biased questions that people might have for people with disabilities. So, Mizuki, are you ready?
Okay.
Let's go. First question.
Yep.
If you are disabled, will your children be born with disabilities too?
Yeah, I think that's a very common question. Most people with disability had their condition after they are born, like myself. So that means you may have disability tomorrow or one day in the future. So that question is not really true. And then I know some conditions may affect their child, but even if not, no one can guarantee that your baby won't have any kind of disability. So when I had my first baby, I also worry about a lot. Because I was not born with disability, but I also just, especially for the first one, I'm very worried about this one. And then, but it's really, I was very fortunate that at the time I had a colleagues in London office that who had she also was pregnant, and she was low vision. She had a low vision. So she shared with me that so Mizuki, you don't need to worry about too much, because compared with other parents, other people without disability, we already know how to navigate this world with disabilities. And then even if our child have a disability, we will be fine, because we can be a very good role model. So I think it's because no one can tell that it's okay or like your kids are fine or anything, but we are so ready. We are experienced. We have so much experience, and then so our kids, even if they had the disabilities, they are lucky to have us as a parent. That time I was crying in the BC, but I was like it gave me a lot of good energy. And then when I had a second baby, I didn't really worry about too much about things, and then that I think that will be the way. So even if something happens, so I think just stay strong and focusing on what I can do.
Oh, wow. That advice from your colleague in London, I mean, it kind of brought me to a little bit of tears. I mean, I started getting a bit teary because it's such beautiful advice.
Yes.
The next question is, it's hard to find a qualified job candidate with disabilities.
That's something I often hear. I wouldn't say it's easy, it's super easy, but it just needs more time to find ones, because it's depending on the market or country, their education system and the accessibility and all the opportunities for people with disabilities are so different. So there are qualified candidates, but it's true that it's very small talent pool depending on the market. So I think it's really important that you show actively that you are hiring people with disabilities, and then you provide reasonable accommodations from the interview stage and then after they hire them. And then they also offer equitable career development opportunities. And I also, because it's very limited, like a talented pool is very small depending on the market, I highly encourage to connect with local school, disability organizations, and then build good pipelines continuously, not like a last minute. And then I think by doing so, meanwhile, also corporate, like an employer need to really work on internally as well to create an inclusive environment, the workplace, like a physical accessibility, and then employees' mindset and the leaders' mindset as well. And then if a lot of cases I have seen that multinational company have like employee resource groups for it's like an employee-led community to celebrate all the diversity. And then they're usually like a woman community, like a people with disabilities community, LGBTQ plus community. So if possible, I think that if there's a community as like a ERGs, I think that was also create a safe space for people with disabilities to just connect and then share their like challenges or like opportunity within the community makes really help to like stay in the corporate and then grow in there.
And next one, Mizuki, your life must be tough.
Well, how much do you know about me?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think, but it's interesting that people say that not really recently, but when I was a child, especially, people say to me directly. I still remember that they like elder person told me this like suddenly like when I was waiting for the like to cross the street. So it's not always easy as a woman and then as a person with disabilities, but there are many people who can advocate for me and then support me and give opportunities. So I feel like now my life is not really tough, but I would say more than awesome. I do what I do what I can do. Like I love my professional work as a DA practitioner, and then I also love like personal advocate work like this. And then I have my lovely families and husband, my 2 kids, and then I also have a lot of abilities and then grow more. And then I also can secure my me time to do like go to massage or like do nail salons. A lot of case once they have a job or like get married or have kids, the woman and them with disability don't really have that kind of opportunity to develop or enjoy their life as solo. I think it's really, my life is, I just say, more than awesome.
And finally, people with disabilities cannot work like normal people.
I wonder if there are any normal people out there, because everyone is so different and then everyone is not perfect and then everyone has strengths and weakness. So I think it's really, really important to think about how we can create workplace or experience our world for wider range of people, like how we can be more inclusive, because everyone is different. And then I think there are country by country, there are people, they decide what kind of conditions are disability or not disability. But I would say everyone is different, and then that's true. So we need to work on how we can include everyone instead of you have disability or this is not disability.
Yeah, and what does it even mean to be normal, right? But thank you so much for going through this rapid buys segment with us, Mizuki.